as we're getting started, this show is for some announcements. And what we are going to do is we're going to tell you what we've been working on, what we are going to release, some of it, and we're going to tease maybe some bigger things that we've already started working on, which every time we do a show, I always try, it always feels like it's going to be our biggest one. And then what we start doing is we start doing some other stuff over the course of preparing for this release, and then next thing you know, we're excited for the next one, which is going to basically one-up it. So I hate to say that, but man, I'm excited about some of the stuff we're working on. So what we're going to do here, and I think, Richard, my screen is being shown, is that correct?
Yeah, you got penguins everywhere, man. What's
Awesome.
that about?
Penguins everywhere. Penguins everywhere. So as we get started here, welcome to the Linux Academy show. We have me, Anthony. We have Steven, Richard, and Terry. Say hello, guys.
Hello again.
Hello.
Hello, guys.
So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and get started. So welcome to my screen. We don't, I'm sorry, we don't show ourselves very often. I think it's a little bit more, I think it's better. I'm not necessarily that good looking.
Very
no offense to all of you other guys. So let's go ahead and get started. We have a little bit, maybe I don't want to be corny with this, but when we were doing this, we had a lot of things that I wanted to say. And because of that, I actually wrote up part of a slide presentation. And what we wanted to do is we want to articulate our DNA at the Linux Academy. We had somebody asking the question a little bit ago, what about those YouTube videos online? What do you think about those? You feel they're your competitors? And we're going to just tell you a little bit about how we feel. So, I mean, we believe in providing the best training that we possibly can. And if you guys were here at the last show, you know that every time we announce new features, every time we announce new courses, we try to keep the price at the exact same. So, I mean, the price has been $25. And what we believe is we believe in teaching the content and concepts and being available for our students to ask those questions. We believe our students, and I want our students to believe this, especially as you're working in the community, we believe that you guys are colleagues with each other. We don't want you to compete with each other. We are all here for the greater good, to better our knowledge, empower each other, and have fun and learn Linux. So as you're responding to people in the community, we started a community champion program. We want you guys to just remember that. Be kind to each other. Always be helpful. We all have been beginners at one point in our time. And that's what we're here to help with, those beginners, and even experienced people who are trying to learn even more. So we're here because of our passion for Linux. We love sharing what we know, what we've learned. We love learning new things and sharing that. And the thing is we're here because of each one of you, because you guys are members of the Linux Academy. And every day we wake up, even though sometimes it's long days, very long days, each and every day, I believe we talk about this quite literally, how grateful and thankful we are that we can work on this content and work with you guys. And we're only able to do that because of you. So, honest to goodness, from the most sincerest parts of at least me, and I think I speak for everybody else on our team, thank you for supporting the Linux Academy. So we just wanted to put that out there for you guys. So a little bit of a sum up, if you didn't know this, we actually have official support hours. When I say official support hours, we have staffed instructors available Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Central Time, Saturday 12 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central Time, Sunday 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central Time. Now, I'm sure a lot of you who have asked us questions know that we work an awful lot more than that. So we have unofficial support hours of all the time. And so I want to say thank you to the team, the Linux Academy team, who also contributes with answering those questions, which is pretty awesome. Over the past 12 months, we have answered, as a team, over 7,500 questions. That's a lot of questions. Terry, Steven, Richard, you guys feel worn out?
You guys got some questions. You do. That's okay, though.
We like questions. Questions are good. It helps help us create our content. So we're really, again, we're just very humbled and appreciative by what you guys have done for the Linux Academy. This year, we surpassed 1 million videos, and as of yesterday, we are at 1.6 million videos watched, which is just amazing. You guys are quite literally watching about 1,000 videos a day, sometimes more, which is just fantastic.
I physically serve each video myself.
That's impressive. I just gotta admit that. What also is pretty awesome is that last month we streamed to Linux Academy students over videos 12.45 terabytes of data. And if you're familiar with video streaming, that's actually quite a bit. A lot. And Richard had to work quite a bit in order to serve all of that himself. You know, we do realize our greatest weakness as a team is the fact that we sometimes are not very great at grammar. And so those of you guys who do ask a question and submit stuff telling us when we make a mistake, we appreciate it. And we appreciate it when you do it in a way that doesn't make us slam our heads in the desk because we made a really silly mistake. That's what happens when we try to work out so much content. So over the past 30 days, we've actually had over 30 successful certification passes with 0 reported failures. And actually, I do have that right in there, so that's not
wow.
really grammatical.
I got to say, great job on that course there, Stephen.
I mean, it wasn't just all Linux Essentials.
Oh, I thought you said Linux Essentials. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, no. Let's continue to talk about Stephen's Linux Essentials.
There was only like 9 of those. It was just released like 2 weeks ago.
What do you guys in chat think about that Linux Essentials course? Let us know.
Let us know. But on that note, Linux Essentials does have a 100% pass rate, which is pretty awesome. Now, if you guys don't know this, and we are working to make this stuff easier, but if you did not know this, you can go on the linuxacademy.com community, and on the right-hand side, there's a little button that says Filter. What you can do is you can actually filter by achievements. So what happens is when one of you guys passes, you'll go and post in the community, and in the community, you'll just say you passed the exam, and we'll congratulate you. But this is also available to other students to go ask questions if you want. Make sure nobody breaks an NDA. We don't want to put anybody in that position. But you can filter by achievements and see that people are being successful when taking a specific course. We have lots of Linux, LPIC 1, AWS, Linux Plus. All of our certifications is pretty awesome. So we do have some people saying that they are taking the Linux Essentials course and they like it. That's good for Stephen. That's great for Stephen. Stephen, what do you think about that?
Hey, I'm just excited to see all the people that have taken it and gone on to get their certification. It's pretty awesome.
It's a great course. It's a great intro course, and that's really what a lot of people need.
It is. And you know, the other side of that is it flows right into LPIC 1 Linux Plus, where there's another 200 videos in there. And the thing about it is it covers every single objective for the Linux Essentials plus more. Stephen, you did a great job wording it to help even people who have never heard the word Linux learn about Linux. So a little bit about what we've done recently. If you're not new, you'll notice that last month we launched a new course listing page that is a lot better than our old course listing page. We increased the server timeout for our linuxacademy.com lab servers from 45 minutes to 60 minutes. We have had Linux Plus, CompTIA themselves come in and review our LPIC 1 content and approve it for the new exams that were just released, I believe, last week. That means the Linux Plus LPIC 1 certifications are certified to cover all objectives for not only the old exams, but actually the new exams. And we were able to do that because there wasn't that many objective changes. So they came in and they spent a month reviewing the content and have certified that we cover 100% of all the objectives. So rest assured, regardless of the version of Linux Plus or LPIC 1 you're working on, it's covered. Richard just, I think, 2 weeks ago added the ability where you can link your certificates to your LinkedIn profiles.
Are you guys doing that? Are you guys, wanting to show your accomplishments on LinkedIn?
You should. You should. We're also going to modify certificates to be not certificates of completion, but professional development certificates. Probably a little bit towards later this summer, but no spoilers for that right now. So if you're not familiar, we have a lot of content here at the Linux Academy. Courses we've launched since December 1st, 2014. That's over 500 videos that we've done. We've launched the Linux Essentials certification course, Jenkins and Build automation, Introduction to Ruby on Linux, Nginx and the Limp Stack, Docker Deep Dive, and Learning Vagrant. Great job, Terry and Stephen. I think most of those are actually yours.
Yeah, baby.
Oh, it's Terry was going to say something. What were you going to say, Terry?
I was saying, yeah, baby, 3 of those are mine.
Yes.
No, wait, 1, 2, 3. Yes, 3 of them are mine.
Yes, 3.
And 2 of them are mine.
So 3 plus 2.
Virtual high five.
So Linux Essentials. We believe everyone, regardless of whatever they're here for learning, needs to take Linux Essentials. You can't run AWS without knowing Linux. Some services you can if you're using just the developer features. But if you're here for AWS, DevOps, Linux, you need to learn Linux Essentials. It's just a must. So make sure that you at least take the course regardless of if you go and take the certification. Now, if you're going to learn OpenStack or DevOps, you need to be sure to have actually quite a bit of Linux experience. So we absolutely encourage you to make sure you go through Linux Plus as well to make sure that you have all of that. So again, today, great job, Stephen. We have a 100% pass rate for the Linux Essentials exam.
Hold on, before you get into this one, I think you're going into someone. There was something on Twitter I wanted to show.
You wanted to show something on Twitter, okay.
Yeah. I think you're going into something which I think you're going into on this slide, but what do you think about this Twitter post?
Are you opening it up on your screen?
I'll show it right now.
If you have not seen Pinehead the Penguin, and you are here to win Pinehead the Penguin, that is Pinehead the Penguin. He is Pinehead the Penguin plushie, which we are giving away quite a bit of them today. So, Richard, tell us about it. It's your screen.
Well, there was someone, we sent this off to one of our good partners, and they tweeted about it. This is actually one of the best pictures we have right now, so we wanted to show it off, and we wanted to welcome Lindo to our training.
Absolutely.
Good partnership going on there.
Absolutely. Was your screen seen? Do you guys see Pinehead the Penguin plushie? Okay, it's there. There's a little bit of delay. It's a little bit of a delay.
Yeah, there's a delay there. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was really excited about seeing that earlier.
Hold on. He's the star of the show. We should just keep him up there.
Oh, yeah. Does anybody... we're giving away a bunch of him tonight. Does anybody want to win one? Didn't you guys enter into the contest we've been running for a couple months now?
I hope so. Pinehead the Penguin would like a new home.
I'm going to go hit the drawing thing up and see if these people in chat entered. And if they haven't entered yet, they better go enter now, because I think there's a high possibility they're going to win one.
Yes.
A very high
possibility. It's not too late. Okay. Well, we can continue on. We actually have real announcements coming.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean... I got, the penguin. He's cute.
We're just talking a little bit about what we've done. We want you guys to know that we are always working for you. We are day in and day out, at least 40 hours a week each. We're working for you, and we're always working for you. When you request something, when you ask for something, we hear it. We talk about it. We ponder it. We figure out how we can do it. We prioritize it. We do it. So a couple questions. How do you enter? Richard, how do you enter?
That's a funny question because I took the enter page off of the site, so I'll have to paste it in chat.
Uh-oh. I hope you're not showing your screen.
Well, you should have entered by now. We've had it on the site for 2 months already, right there in green.
All right, show my screen. While you're doing it, let's go in and talk about courses then.
Okay, you're on.
Okay. I am on. My screen's showing. I think I still see your screen.
You're on, trust me.
Am I on?
It's all you, Anthony.
It's all me. All right, so what is a course? You guys at the Linux Academy, if you've taken our courses, you know that our courses are in-depth. They're long. It takes us, a month to 3 months to make a course, depending on the course, especially if it's a certification course. Certification courses, we try to make high-quality, in-depth content. So, really, what is a course? If you go look at different places, whether it's YouTube or where else, courses look different. Now, what we've done at the Linux Academy is we've built a course based on how we feel like it should be taken. So, we believe a course should be taken from the start of a subject and cover all of the required knowledge, not just by talking about some of the concepts, but by teaching the required concepts. So if we're looking at a certification course, we're trying to teach all of the required concepts for that certification. So some of them require more hands-on stuff, some of them are more conceptual. But what you know is that when you start that course, you're going to get everything you need from the start to finish. You're not going to need to go anywhere else to find it. You're not going to need to have third-party resources. Everything that you need is right there. So it's the nitty-gritty details. right, we have all of that content. You'll notice that all of our courses are at least or generally around 10 hours long. I say at least 10 hours long. A lot of our certification courses are in the 30s, upper 20s and 30s. They're in-depth, and we try to make them as high quality as possible. Now, we acknowledge that we have a little bit of shortcomings sometimes. We're not perfect. Sometimes we make mistakes, and we appreciate those of you who share those mistakes with us and understand that our goal is to try to get as much content, the best we can, out there as quickly as possible. So a course, what is it not, or what is not? Wow, Richard is spamming the chat. I hope if you don't see that, then there's like six links there. And he's been demoted. So what is a course, or what is not a course? A course is not just a simple how-to. It's not just, this is how you do this. That can be completed in a few minutes. It's high-quality training from start to finish. That means a lot of times you're learning a lot of stuff as you go along. So our goal at the Linux Academy, and a little bit about our DNA, is we have wanted to merge online training with in-person training. So we're not just a video library. We don't have the same services as a lot of people. What we do is we provide instructor help. We've developed learning plans, which allow you to specify, if you're not familiar with learning plans, enter in your availability during each day of the week, ask for reminders, and it'll even tell you how long it takes you to take a course. It'll keep you on track for taking that course, and it'll help you plan to schedule your exam. So that's been our whole premise for learning plans, and that's our DNA as Linux Academy. We want to try to merge both online training and in-person training. So what we've learned, though, because of you students being so awesome, is that courses actually create a problem. And we've noticed this problem when students contact us and ask us for simple how-to in order to create a task. So since we try to keep our courses in-depth and training related, and training is different than how-to tutorials, a simple how-to tutorial that walks through doing specific tasks, well, most courses, even though they have that, they don't focus on that, right? So one of the questions today was, well, can you create a MySQL server on EC2 instances and have it communicate from a public subnet into a private subnet on AWS? Well, that's not part of AWS certification training material. That's not part of Linux training material. So that simple how-to, which doesn't have a home, doesn't have a home. So what we don't want to do is we don't want to clutter our course listing page with hundreds of mini how-tos, or a course that has a few videos in it that just talks about that how-to. Since a course is something from beginning to the end and covers specific objectives, which are aimed at teaching students how to use technologies or get certified. So that's our problem. How can we present those things to you without cluttering up the courses page, without making certifications have way more content than they need? A lot of people are here just for specific objectives. So because of that problem, we have a solution that we want to announce today, if everybody's here and ready. So what we are announcing is something called nuggets. So what is a nugget? A nugget is what we've came up with for our solution to the prior problem. A course takes 1 to 3 months to make. But a lot of you guys have questions that you encounter in your everyday job that you need answers to, that you may not have the ability to get somewhere else, whether it's not available on a wiki site or not available on Google. So what we've done is we've created a nugget. A nugget is a single how-to that walks you through doing specific tasks that don't belong in course-related content. It's a single video lesson that is somewhere between 2 and 60 minutes long. It integrates with our self-paced labs. And it teaches just one specific task or something that encompasses one specific task. And a prime example of that is setting up MySQL and EC2 instances. So when a student requests a simple how-to, we can easily create this content for you in a matter of days rather than having to wait months or put it in line with our courses. So what we're trying to do is we are trying to become more available to you to answer your questions and to help with the training that you're here for while being able to create your courses, but while also being able to help solve the problems that you encounter in the real world. So a few examples of this are integrating Chef with autoscaling. How do you apply Chef configuration management to instances on EC2 that are being autoscaled? That's not part of a certification. or configuring Active Directory with AWS. If you're familiar with the current associate level certifications, knowledge that you can do it and the solution is there is required, but the intricate or intimate, however you want to word it, details of how to actually do it are not there. So, Richard, let's take a look at what nuggets look like. And when we show your screen, I'm going to push it out to the site. So we're on your screen yet?
We are now.
All right. So, tell us a little bit about nuggets, Richard, why I'm hitting the deploy button.
Well, you spoke a lot about what nuggets are about. What we have is a nice, quick interface to search them all and organize them all. One of the ones you talked about was quick deploy of Active Directory with AWS. Here it is.
So, Stephen, what do you think about nuggets?
I think nuggets are something that has been long overdue. I think it's going to fit something that we were absolutely not able to put into a lot of the courses, but we're going to be able to teach things that we normally wouldn't be able to teach. So they're going to be short nuggets, anywhere again from 2 minutes to 60 minutes. They're things that are requested quite often. They're going to be easy for us to push out. So we're going to be able to teach a lot more content that we normally wouldn't be able to. So personally, I'm pretty excited about them.
There's a lot of stuff here. How many nuggets did we launch with today? How many videos did we just put out right now on the site?
We just put out 50 plus videos, I believe. If not, pretty close. We'll hit the 50 mark probably early next week.
Okay, so everyone in chat, I don't want you to get away from chat. So open up the dashboard in a new window, and you'll see it.
Yeah, and so what we've done here is it's real quick and easy instant search. So it's going to filter as you're searching. You can search by a specific tag or category.
Such as?
Such as Nmap? I don't know.
Nmap. There it is.
It worked, Richard. That's good. That's good. So it's always good. So, and it pulls up Nmap-related content. And again, our goal here is to actually make it easy for you guys to ask us for content and us produce it for you in a way that is, not just a response via support email or a response via community. We can create this for you and put it out there. So content as it relates to working with OpenStack or Linux or AWS or DevOps that's not certification related but is required to do everyday tasks. I'm not sure if you noticed this, but a certification, especially like a Linux certification, focuses on Linux. A Puppet certification focuses on Puppet. But what about, AWS, which focuses on all AWS? What if you want to use Puppet with AWS? What if you want to use MySQL differently with AWS? That's not covered in certifications, and that's what nuggets are here for. So we actually created nuggets as more of a reference, to be honest with you, and that allows you to, very quickly not only get the content from us that you want, but sort and find the content that you need. And so we are absolutely encouraging you guys, if you have questions, to ask those questions. Give us a few days, maybe sometimes a week, and if we can, and if it's related to Linux Academy content, we'll put it out there for you. So we hope you guys like nuggets. That's probably one of our biggest content announcements because it's launching with so much content, and we are basically putting a lot of content and time into that. So what about submitting nuggets? I think, Richard, we talked about this because there wasn't time, but you will have a submit button on the actual nugget page for a suggestion, correct?
Yes, we want to know what you guys want to learn.
Also, meanwhile, if you just have to get it out there, post it in the community, and we always peruse that. We are here for you. Hopefully, what we have to announce next is going to have a decent response. I'm a little worried about it. Okay, so what I'd like to do is I'd like to present you with a different problem that we've encountered at the Linux Academy before announcing another solution. The Linux Academy offers a very robust offering of features, courses, community, and a lot more. One problem we have encountered is how can students share their progress and success on the Linux Academy with potential employers or with their current employer when searching for a job.
So you guys are learning some really cool stuff, right? You want to show that off, don't you?
Yes, people in chat are getting ahead of our announcements. They got to stop that. So we're introducing Linux Academy profiles. Linux Academy profiles are available already, or at least should be, if you go to linuxacademy.com/user/ whatever your username is. Richard, you can show the screen.
What? Profiles?
Profiles. The profiles are 90% self-populating. You don't have to do anything, and it will do it for you. All you have to do is fill out your name, your title, if you have one, or your aspiring title, and your social media link, your bio, and that is it. So this is just kind of what we're getting started with on profiles. We have a lot planned for this, guys, and we'd love feedback and suggestions. This is honestly just getting started. So we hope you like the design of it. On the right-hand side, we have the timelines. On the left-hand side, we have your professional certifications. When you take a professional certification from an actual professional place, you know, the Linux Professional Institute or AWS or Puppet, when you take it, you get a number. And when you get that number and you post it in the community or on your control panel, that populates that certification page. Underneath that, we have certificates of completions that you've completed on the Linux Academy, which will soon be professional development certificates. And if you click on one of the certificates, it will take you to your actual certificate of completion to be redesigned and also include the hours for the course that you took. So now you can use this for when you need to actually show you have done X number of hours for training. We've had that as a lot of requests, so we are going to put that on there. So I think profiles, I think everybody looks profiles. Design looks great. That's good. That's a good response. Everybody?
What do you guys think of that? Do you want to get some credit for your work that you've been doing? You guys have been doing some hard work here in the labs. We see that.
You have. You don't even have to do anything, and this automatically populates for you. So yes, these profiles are public-facing. Don't worry. You have the option. If you log into linuxacademy.com, on the top right-hand side, you click on your username or your name. You click on My Profile. You can disable your profile so that it is not.
Why would you want to do that, though? Wouldn't you want to just share it with the world, your accomplishments?
Yes. If you are part of a team, if your company has a team account with Linux Academy, I believe it's your team lead, has to enable profiles.
It's off until you specifically turn it on. So.
Yes. So you have to specifically turn it on. So we hope you guys like profiles. That's announcement number 2 for the evening, which hopefully you guys like, and we'll go from there. So awesome. People like it. So let's move on to the next problem. We have a major problem here. The major problem that we've had to solve is for those of you that are taking the Puppet exam, you have to pay full price.
Oh my God! You know, this keeps me up every night.
It does. That is a major problem.
Richard called me at 3 a.m. just last night and was like, "Dude, I can't sleep." I'm like, "Why? Why can't you sleep?" Richard, why could you not sleep?
I was sweating. I was like, oh, "Geez, that Puppet Labs price is just."
They can't pay full price.
I want to get ahead, but you know, budgets are tight.
So we have a solution for that. Is the solution not paying full price? I don't know. Let's figure out. Through the Linux Academy, you now have the ability to get a 25% off coupon for Puppet voucher code, and this is for all linuxacademy.com students. And yes, this literally just came in yesterday, so if you took your Puppet exam prior, we had not gotten or worked this out yet. And so we have worked it out, and we are able to provide you with 25% off your Puppet voucher codes. So let's sum up a little bit here. We love Puppet. So to sum up, for $25 a month, and of course if you're quarterly or yearly, you get discounts. This is what you get at the Linux Academy. You get your 4 real Linux lab servers that you can use, especially when you're following Puppet certifications. 1,400 videos, and of course between courses being announced and nuggets, that's going to grow substantially in the very near short term and continue growing. Downloadable study guides, exercises, self-paced labs, Linux certification material, AWS certification material. Might I add, we have a 98% pass rate on our AWSs. I believe it might be 97% for Linux. It depends if you throw in Linux Essentials. If you throw in Linux Essentials, we're at like 99% or something, or 98.5 or something like that. OpenStack training, DevOps training, instructor help, 7 days a week. We talked about that before. We have staff instructors 7 days a week. Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. Central Time to 10 p.m. Central Time. Each instructor has over 15 years of senior level experience, and you are available to us. Ask us to do some nuggets. We want to do nuggets for you while we're working on regular courses. It's because of you we have a vibrant community. So content added literally daily, because we have guys working all day, every day. Now you have nuggets. You have the existing courses. You can also have a 10% off all LPIC exams. That is LPIC 1, LPIC 2, LPIC 3. 10% off all CompTIA exam coupon. 25% off Puppet certification exams. And your own professional profile that automatically populates itself. Now, you also have the Pinehead Penguin comic, which I think Richard is releasing the latest version of that either tomorrow.
No, actually,
or Monday.
okay. I'm glad you brought that up because somebody asked a question about that.
Do
What
tell,
was it?
Richard.
I don't know the question. I told them to ask it again at the Q&A. So if they would ask that question now, that'd be great.
We have a delay.
Oh, okay. I remember. Who does the Pinehead the Penguin comic?
Oh, if you missed it, at our last show, we had somebody named James. James does our Pinehead the Penguin comic. James, he's a great friend of... Actually, Steven introduced us to him. He worked with Steven in an old life, and I worked with him a little bit, and he is a great guy. In fact, you can check him out at nlcast.com. He does a podcast network, so we want to absolutely give him a little bit of love and a few shout-outs to him. So that's great. We wanted to share with you guys that, you know, if you've been here for a year, you know that we have added a lot of stuff, and we are continuously and always trying to add that content for you. That's what we're here to do, and we are going to continue adding this content for you. And we hope that even though we're not perfect, sometimes we have grammatical errors. That's probably my biggest weakness. I can own that. Even though sometimes we don't always get stuff out there as quick as possible, we do the best that we can, and we appreciate each and every one of your support. So we're going to announce the Linux Academy Founders Club. This is something that we feel pretty passionate about. We've talked a little bit about. We'd love feedback. I think we're going to go ahead and implement it. So the Linux Academy Founders Club solves two issues. So really, one of the problems is we have a lot of students who want early access to beta features and course features as they're being developed. As I told you before, a course can take 1 to 3 months to build, which also means that there's a lot of content just sitting there while it could be taken. The other side of that is we've had complaints from students when we have released courses ahead of time that they are incomplete and all that other stuff. So how can we really solve the problem of the students who want to have the content as it's being added? And the other part of that is when we add content, we're not perfect. We try to keep our costs low to make sure that you guys have low costs. So we do the Q&A and everything ourselves, but we have quite a bit of students who help us out with that. And if that's something that you like doing, Founders Club is for you. So those of you who help us improve, we always appreciate it. We want to say thank you. We realize that we're not perfect. We do the best that we can, and we appreciate all of you who are committed in contributing to the Linux Academy. So one thing before we talk more about the Founders Club, and real quick, Nuggets and Profiles, they're live now. They're available. You guys have that. So a little bit about, just before we talk about the Founders Club, again, we'll go back to that. No matter what, your current membership always has unlimited access to everything that we have. You're not going to, we don't have a tiered profile here at Linux Academy. You have access to our self-paced labs. You have access to the videos. You have access to the nuggets. You have access to the profiles. You have access to instructors. It's all there for you at that price. The Founders Club is a little bit extra. What that says is that you want early access to courses that are under development. It says that you want access to beta features. It says that you want to contribute to the Linux Academy by helping us Q&A stuff. It means that you also want some special Founders Club only swag, like a Founders Club Linux Academy hoodie, a guaranteed Pinehead Penguin, and a new stress ball that we are releasing. So a little bit about those Founders Club benefits again. It's only available to current members. You get access to content as it's being developed. You get tons of Linux Academy swag. And really, we're looking for those who want to see, are committed to Linux Academy. Those of you who have submitted issues for us to help fix. And those are the people that we are looking for in that. Now, again, if you're not a member of the Founders Club, we love you. And you're going to get everything that there is to offer. You're just going to get it when it's completed, because we have a lot of students who don't want it before it is completed, because that's how they study, and that's fantastic. But this is for those students who want it prior, who want to help beta test our new features. So with the Founders Club, because it's a little bit different, we were thinking, how can we give back to the open source community? For those of you who joined the Founders Club, you were basically giving back to the Linux Academy. And because of that, we are extremely passionate about, not because of that, but just in general, we're extremely passionate about Linux and open source. And we wanted to see how, for those who sign up for the Founders Club, how we could take that and contribute to the open source community. And so to say that, this is when we're going to get the ability to vote, to contribute, and have their names on the new Linux Academy Foundation Open Source Grant Program. So that name could change. That's just what we had at this time. Founders Club, we're doing this foundation program. What we're going to do is we are going to open up a grant for any open source startup or project to apply for. This grant is going to be in the amount of $5,000. It's going to be open to the course of a year. We are going to allow any open source project to apply for this. We're going to open it up to voting for the Founders Club for those who they want to vote and how they want to distribute it out. And we want to help contribute to those open source projects. At the Linux Academy, we are dedicated to open source, and we want to make sure that we can help contribute to those open source projects. We want those Founders Club members who are saying that they want to help contribute to the Linux Academy to also have the ability to get their name on these types of grants and donations. So, that's something that we are very, very passionate for and very, very excited about. We hope that you guys who might be interested in the Linux Academy Founders Program are excited about this as well. If you have your own open source project, you can apply for it. Okay, it's open to everybody. What's going to happen is we are going to have sign-ups for the Founders Club about probably in 2 weeks or a week, and then we'll post more details about that specific grant on the public page following that.
That grant is absolutely fantastic. That's all I can say.
This is, from my perspective, it's really Linux Academy putting its money where its mouth is. I mean, to say that you appreciate the open source community and everybody in it is one thing. To back that up with this kind of a commitment, with those kind of dollars, just as somebody is part of the Linux community and part of Linux Academy, it is something that is unbelievable even to me and in the open source community.
Yeah, Terry, I have to echo that. This is probably one of the biggest things I've been excited about. Obviously, I'm excited about everything that we do here at the Linux Academy, but this is just something that echoes what all of us as staff members at Linux Academy are excited about. I mean, we're really wanting to see an awesome open source benefit from whatever money that we can give them. In this case, $5,000. And since you are stepping up, and if you want to be a part of that Linux Academy Founders Club, you actually get to help vote for whatever one of those open source companies actually get this grant. So that's awesome.
There's a few questions, and I'm just so excited about the response we're actually getting in the chat right now. And the few questions that we're getting is, one, about some of the swag. The Linux Academy hoodies, actually Linux Academy staff have some of them now.
I haven't even got one. Wait a minute.
I was going to say, I think...
What the heck, man?
I sent it. It was in the mail.
You sent it.
You don't ever ask me to do confirmation thingies. So it's going to have a special hoodie which actually says Founders Club member on it. So, we will get your size, and when you sign up or when your application is accepted, because, again, we're going to ask people to apply for it, We are going to get those and mail that out with your own Pinehead Penguin. So if you win one tonight, you'll have two. One of the new Linux Academy Awesome Stress Balls, which when Stephen and I were doing some late night working together one night, we came across those and just had to get them. Pretty awesome.
Absolutely, they're really cool.
As for the cost, it's going to be a little bit, but we will announce all of that on the actual application page when we promote it open. So we're very excited about that. I'm just very humbled and grateful for everybody who is excited about this, and it's truly amazing. You know, this is why I continuously am so motivated to continuously add content, to continuously work with you guys, because you're just so nice. You're so. Thank you. I just want to say thank you so much again. So a lot of you guys are here for content. I will say that we had planned a lot more content announcements, but we got sidetracked on some stuff. We went ahead and launched what we call our certification roadmap on linuxacademy.com. At the top, you can click on certifications or go to linuxacademy.com/certifications. This says the certifications we intend on supporting and currently do support. We have general timelines for them, and those general timelines are pretty much what we're going to announce here. We're going to contribute a little bit about Founders Club access to those as well, because the Founders Club will apply to a few of those courses. So first, this was a chore. AWS is a very agile very agile environment. We love it. We developed our 2014 version of the course this time last year, and AWS has completely revamped their entire console, as well as a few key features when it comes to architecting on AWS. So we went ahead and completely rebuilt our AWS CSA Associate level course. We did it in 4 or 3.5 weeks. It was a dual effort with Stephen editing videos and me creating videos, and I think we were putting in probably 55-hour weeks minimum, 60 most of the time, doing that. And it has our new PowerPoint design. It has a lot of stuff that we've learned that we've tried to contribute in there. And we've also applied a lot of stuff that we've learned with dealing with students when they ask questions. So we've tried to also make it a really, really good primer for the AWS CSA Pro course, which I've seen like 5 people request, and even Red Hat. So, Red Hat's right there. So I don't have to ease up into it. Red Hat Certified Systems Administrator will be launching April 26th. Full disclosure, there might be 4 videos that are not completed. It is currently 80% done. We stopped it to go through the AWS course, and it will be available April 26th. I have all the courses on there. Didn't even realize that. So DevOps Essentials, we will be available after this show. We will be making it alive. So we'll talk about a lot of the concepts on there. Terry, what do you talk about on DevOps Essentials?
Well, DevOps Essentials is a course that I expect to be in flux with, I'm hoping with the help of the community over the course of the next several years, actually. So what we start out is we talk a little bit about the evolution of IT and the lines of delineation between operations and development and how those skill sets began to converge. We talk about infrastructure, platform, and software as a service, and then we also talk about a lot of the tools and processes that are driving DevOps, like continuous integration and continuous deployment. We talk a little bit about Jenkins and Chef and Puppet and why those are important skill sets and how all of those conspired to evolve us into this DevOps type environment that we have now. And what I'd like to see from the community is a lot of feedback on what your DevOps experience is in the workplace, particularly around any obstacles that you may be experiencing, and we want to add that to the DevOps course itself so that we can make it relevant for what you guys are experiencing in the marketplace. So I'm really excited about launching it, and I look forward to a lot of the feedback from the community.
That's awesome, Terry. I'm very excited about that. You know, we in DevOps just kind of dive into some of the DevOps utilities, but that doesn't, DevOps means a lot of different things. There's DevOps tools, Puppet, Chef. There was a question about AWS DevOps. We are planning that more towards the fall, and that's also on the certifications page. So we're not going to really announce that here because it's not in the immediate future. So, our AWS CSA professional level, we have every intention of planning that launching that to all students come June 15th, 2 days after the start of summer from spring. And Founders Club members will have access to the new content as it's being created starting May 15th, which means we'll have the ability for you to sign up and get into the Founders Club by May 15th, Richard. So, OpenStack Mirantis Certified Administrator Associate level, again, available to Founders Club members starting May 15th, all students starting June 15th. Now, LPIC Level 2, 201, if you've taken LPIC, if you are wanting more advanced Linux, Alex, this is for you who asked the question. Are you going to have more advanced Linux? Absolutely. We are the Linux Academy. We have every intention of having a lot more advanced Linux, and this is going to start with that. We love LPIC, too, because they had a lot of advanced Linux concepts associated with it. So we are going to, for our Linux section, we're going to be adding a lot of stuff to that. We've added all the 2015 updates for LPIC. We're adding the Red Hat Certified System Administrator. We're adding LPIC Level 2, and there's 2 exams for Level 2, so that's 201 and 202. Stephen, anything to add to that?
Other than the fact that I am extremely excited to be releasing an OpenStack certification-based course for the associate level, no. I'm just really excited to get that going. I think that our students will be able to benefit from that, especially in what's going on in the marketplace right now. And it's a really good course. I'm excited about it.
So, what we ask as we do this, we try to give tentative dates, and we do the best we can to make it. And usually 90% of the time we make all of the launches. And we are probably doing one of the biggest content launches in a 6-month period that we may ever do. So between all the nuggets that we've added and will be added, between AWS CSA Associate, completely revamped 80 videos, between Red Hat Certified System Administrator, Linux Essentials, DevOps Essentials, AWS Professional, and OpenStack Mirantis, we're talking about 700 to 800 videos in a very, very short time period. So, again, Founders Club members, we're going to be looking for people who are going to help us with that. What that means is find our mistakes. We make mistakes. I wish we didn't. Oh, I really wish we didn't. We do. And for those of you who help point that out kindly, we greatly appreciate it. Greatly, greatly appreciate it. So, I don't know what else we have here. Oh, here we go. We have a few more.
Oh, you got more slides.
Yeah. So we will be having OpenStack Certified Professional starting after OpenStack Certified Associate level. We do have another OpenStack certification course that we intend on launching late summer.
That's 3 OpenStack courses, folks. All certified-based OpenStack courses by the end of summer.
Wow. You gonna be okay, Stephen?
No, but that's okay, because our students are worth it.
I want to know why you didn't ask me if I was going to be okay, because I'm doing the same thing.
Well, you're a robot. You don't have feelings.
You are. You are addicted to work, sir.
I was going to say I just cried a little bit inside, but I don't feel anything.
But you don't feel anything. See? That's why.
Exactly. So that's why we're not worried about you. Move on.
You're a robot.
So what about non-certification courses? We're not going to tell you. A reason we're not going to tell you is because we like to surprise.
Oh,
we
sorry.
like to over-deliver. So, we will have a few additional non-certification courses that just appear one day. We'll post in the community, get a little bit of feedback on that, and go from there. So, we are committing to at least 4 nuggets a week, but we need you guys to request some of that stuff. We have ideas and content written down for about 90 of them. So we don't necessarily need a ton of content, but we want to make sure that the content we're putting out there is what you guys need. So ask us for that. Ask us for that. And again, LPIC Level 2 will be immediately after the completion of 201. These are big, big certification courses. They are big. So these are going to be bigger than the AWS CSA because the CSA Pro is not quite as technically inclined as it is conceptually inclined. The 201 and 202 certifications for Linux are extremely technically inclined. There will be a ton of exercises. There will be a ton of labs. There will be a ton of learning. So those will be a little bit tougher. So, what else is coming? What I want to tell you guys is that we recognize our greatest weaknesses. Our greatest weaknesses, and Unfortunately, I mean, Terry's probably the strongest when it comes to grammar, but we're relatively weak in that, and that's because we focus our time on learning and teaching, and we appreciate you guys' understanding for that. Since we've launched our most recent control panel design, we've launched a ton of features, and those features don't fit well. So back to what I was saying is we recognize that that's now kind of an issue. We have a lot of stuff to navigate. It's hard to find. So Richard will be working probably on the next 2 months to help solve that issue. Founders Club will have a little bit of taste of that ahead of time. No hints as to what that is, but you might be able to guess. We're not going to go into a lot of detail on that. So again, since I just saw LDAP 5 more times, I will reiterate LDAP will be in LPIC 2. LDAP, OpenVPN, LDAP. We have some OpenVPN now for AWS, but LDAP. LDAP. And what about some other features that we're working on? We're not going to tell you, but we're going to tease you before we go into our giveaway. We are always working on stuff, guys. Always, always, always. When you request it, we think about it. Can we implement it? Does it work with our current strategic plan? We are working on some big stuff, and that's all I'm going to say. And it's going to launch later. And it's in development. It's been in development for a little while. It's going to continue to be in development. And that's all I'm going to say. That's it. That's all I've said. I've said it. I'm not saying anymore. Linode. Linode tweeted that today. They tweeted, if you haven't checked out Linode, they offer some great Linodes, actually, they're called. They offer great hosting material on there. Check them out, but they are Linode. Love it. How can I update my pick on the profile? Well, we didn't write our custom solution for that, and we may, but it's Gravatar. So modify your Gravatar. Go to gravatar.com, submit it on there. If you've ever used WordPress ever in the history of the internet, you have a Gravatar account. So it's Gravatar. So we will determine if we want to write our own custom solution on that or not. I'm not keen on doing that because of Gravatar. So yes, we will start providing more source code on the programming portions of the tutorials. That means I will make Puppet available as well. That's it. That's it for the show, guys. Again, we will stay here a couple extra minutes. If you have questions, it's like Oprah for the open source community. I mean, except it's not quite a car, but thank you. We'll go with that.
We're glad you guys are just as excited.
Yes. So, again, the show is over. Thank you guys for showing. We hope you liked what we had to announce. We had a ton of course announcements. We had Nugget announcements. We had profile announcements. We had 25% off Puppet voucher announcements. We had the Linux Academy Founders Club announcement. We had the $5,000 open source grant program announcement, which the Linux Academy Founders members will help participate in. We love you guys. We appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for your positive comments. Thank you for your positive contributions. Make sure you add your profile and submit to the contest by 11 p.m. You have 38 minutes, 37 minutes, and you will get a penguin. So that concludes it for the official part of the show. I think that actually concluded it before our penguin announcements, but we are going to just do casual chat now. So feel free to ask questions and feel free to leave if you are done. Thanks again.
Thanks for coming, guys.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks for being members. Thanks for supporting us. Thanks for being awesome. Keep learning.
Thanks, everybody.